You'd be surprised at how many people can relate to whatever it is that you are experiencing and want to relate to what you are experiencing. And for me, focusing in on those things that are most authentic and true to me have been the best touch points for me in connecting with community.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Who's the only local bank with a mobile mortgage app? Farmers. Download the app to contact your lender, calculate payments, securely scan and upload documents, and check the status of your loan. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal, Farmers.
We are talking about mental health and the importance of mental health. And I love the title of this event, Unmute the Uncomfortable, because so many people are afraid to talk about what's happening inside their head. We talk about the importance of getting physical screenings, whether it's mammograms or prostate exams or colon exams. We don't have a problem talking about that. But for some reason, we are still often very uncomfortable talking about our mental and our emotional well-being. So I'm excited to be here and glad to shed light and give a voice to something that's just as important as taking care of yourself physically. I've done a lot of unpacking since I left office. Going through the pandemic and all that we experienced in 2020 was a lot on all of us. And being on the front lines, it was quite a daunting season, to say the least. And for me, it was about doing a wellness check. What do I want for my life? And where am I mentally and emotionally? I asked myself all of those questions when I made the decision not to seek re-election. I'm very proud that I did it on my own terms and that I made the right decision. As I've unpacked the decision that I've made over the last couple of years, it was the absolute right decision for me. I'm happier. I'm in a much better place. And it wasn't that was not an important season and that I didn't do all that I needed to do during that season. But I think for so many of us, sometimes we have to step back and reassess. And when you're in the public light, oftentimes that's hard to do. You are afraid and ashamed of what people will say and what people will think. But I put myself first, my self-care first, and I'm very proud of myself for doing that, because that's not something that I've always done. Especially for African American women, when oftentimes we are called upon to be strong, and people believe that's a compliment, and in many ways it is, but it can also be a burden, that we are shouldering so much and we feel that there's an expectation that we can carry it all because we are strong, and we often don't stop and assess where we are. A lot of people don't know that it's not breast cancer. That's the number one killer of many women, especially African American women. It's heart disease. And a lot of that is born out of stress and not taking time to see about ourselves physically, mentally, and emotionally. For city leaders, in any leader, my mom always says to me, to thine own self be true. Sometimes we get caught up in what other people want from us and what people expect from us, and we don't always trust that thing that's in us that may resonate with our communities. And so for any leader, I would say, what's your moral compass? What are you trying to accomplish? And then don't be afraid to be authentic and to be vulnerable in sharing your story, because what I've always found is that you'd be surprised at how many people can relate to whatever it is that you are experiencing and want to relate to what you are experiencing. And for me, focusing in on those things that are most authentic and true to me have been the best touch points for me in connecting with community.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Who's the only local bank with a mobile mortgage app? Farmers. Download the app to contact your lender, calculate payments, securely scan and upload documents, and check the status of your loan. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal, Farmers.